Fudge, what was that? Hey, no. 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 Hey, no. No, back away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Back up. Please back up. Shit! Okay. What just happened? Whoa, what just happened? I just backed up. I was like, hey, back up. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, this one was another game, but it's not like a huge big deal. Unless you're a fan of the anime. Then I guess it would be considered a big deal for the fans, but if you were a fan of the anime and you just didn't like this game, that's okay. Sorry to start with a downer on the last video clip. It was Doc Harris, and it had to be acknowledged. There's no way I was not going to acknowledge that. Just like Akira Toriyama, those are the two people who were integral for the Dragon Ball Z universe, just in general. Then, yeah, of course I had to talk about this one. Alright, let's just kind of skip through this, and... Mafia voice. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna skip it. Oh, this looks generic as hell. You know, ironically, I actually have watched Gungrave, the anime. I highly recommend to check out that kind of like early 2000. I can't remember, but Kurt Thornton who plays Brandon Heat is so freaking badass, and I can actually vouch for that. That anime I extremely like. I think I gave it a 9 out of 10. Well, anyway, Gungrave Gore. I don't know what the gore is supposed to stand for. Maybe that's just me not being a fan of Gungrave. Well, if you love the anime of Gungrave anime, which I highly recommend, just watch the anime. Because I seen kind of the critic reviews, that doesn't mean shit at all. But no one's really talking about this game, like gamers in general. So, well, anyway, this game is leaving October 15th. I actually just wanted to acknowledge that. And, okay. No, I don't care. Okay, I guess I pressed it on accident, but anyway, this game is leaving October 15, and I don't think that's worth acknowledging, because no one really talked about it, so it's not really a loss. The major loss are the Dragon Quest games. I think those are major loss, and Gotham Knights is not really a loss too, so I say let's move on to the next clip, and we'll get to the real title. I'm just sorry, this is not really worth acknowledging. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting this game to... Not this game. You don't know what I'm saying. Well, anyway, let's get straight to it. These are the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games coming to... Well, Extra and Premium on October 15th. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. The only real loss that's leaving October 15 is pretty much the Dragon Quest games. Everything else, I could take or leave. Really, Gotham Knights, I couldn't care less if that's leaving. Gungrave, Gore, I don't think that was worth acknowledging in the first clip, but I kind of have to bring it up because it is leaving. I just found it out when I was busy last week, when I was like, oh, okay, this game is leaving. I was interested in it before, like with the trailers, but after kind of seeing the gameplay and just more of it, I was just like, alright, yeah, well, I can leave that alone. I was like, I have Gungrave the anime. If I really want that Gungrave action, I can always watch the anime, which I freaking highly recommend that you see. Or if you don't like that type of anime, that's okay. Then you're not losing much. Wait, let's move on to the first one. And of course, guys, like the similar format I've been doing, we start the timer, and then I kind of read the synopsis and kind of give my thoughts on it. So, starting timer now. Okay, so Dead Island 2, PS4, PS5. If you've seen the kind of like the trailer, like on the bomb, I'm about to blow up. Well, crap, I butchered that. and the other one. Well, anyway, Dead Island 2 is a thrilling first-person action RPG. Stylish, vibrant, and flooded with zombie infection. Are they in LA? I'm not sure. Well, anyway, explore iconic, gore-rich Los Angeles. Called it! Meet larger-than-life characters, slay countless foes in exquisitely bloody detail. Oh, yes. That's my type of jam. And after the disastrous Dead Island 1, they had to go wacky, campy, and just pretty much balls to the wall at Dead Island 2. That's what helped sales. I don't think it was the best sequel, but yeah, I will pick it up. I have the video game trial, so this is just more excuse to check it out. So, hey, let's hit zombies with a bat and move to the next clip. Using a depressing game to describe this game is not how I thought this day would go, but yeah, here we are. Well, anyway, 2 Point Campus is coming out on PS4 PS5. Take your simulation management experience to a class above with 2 Point Campus, the sequel to the multi-million selling 2 Point Hospital. Was anybody asking for this game? 2 Point Campus is jam-packed with new creative tools to help build the university of your dreams. And just like that, you lost me. I'm not going to check this game out. Let's move on to the next clip. Alright, another game that I'm actually interested in. Not House of Ashes, because I own it. So this is the next game. No, Supermassive, you guys are kinda in the... doing pretty shitty because of the Until Dawn remake. I mean, I'll check it out, but not anytime soon, sadly. Wait, The Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me, on PS4 and PS5. The Dark Pictures is a series... Okay, let's just skip through that. I think we know this. The Devil in Me... Oh my gosh, what kind of title is that? It is the 4th game in the series, and the Season 1 finale. Wait, really? Then what's Season 2? I'll have to double check that. A group of documentary filmmakers receive a mysterious call inviting them to a modern-day replica of serial killer H.H. Holmes' murder castle. Got it. Sums it up. Yeah. I know this is going to probably go over a bit, and that's completely okay. Yeah, I'm interested in this one. Not because of the title. Oh gosh, no. But I'm interested in that one. And consider that the pretty much Supermassive game has been not really doing well because of Until Dawn remake that everyone freaking knows, and understandably no one's playing. And the other one, the Castle of Frigstone, which I was interested, but consider that player reception has not been well too. I might have to wait for that to come to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Very sad day for Supermassive, but here we are. Let's get a jump scare to the next clip. Go freaking play Gris right now. Go play Gris. Let's move on to the next clip. Alright, well, I'm just kidding. I'll actually read for the people who actually hasn't played Gris before. But considering that Neva is coming out in, wow, my gosh, 2 days. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, seriously, go play Gris. Anyway, I'll read the synopsis, even though it's been out for a couple years. Gris is a hopeful young woman, Gris is a hopeful young girl lost in her own world, dealing with the painful experience in her life. Her journey through sorrow is manifested in her dress, which grants new abilities to better navigate her fated reality. As the story unfolds, Gris will grow emotionally and see her world in a different way, revealing new paths to explore using her new abilities. Which kind of goes back to my original point. Play freaking Gris, you madman, or madwoman. Seriously. Anyway, let's move on to the next clip. I recommend this game. Very much so. Ironically, I have the very first game of Monkey Island on an Xbox 360. Still haven't finished it. Gonna have to make time for that. Well, anyway, Return to Monkey Island, coming out on PS5. If I didn't say it before, Gris is coming out on PS4, PS5. Anyway, moving on. Return to Monkey Island is an unexpected, thrilling return of series creator Rob Gilbert that continues the story of the legendary adventure games The Secret of Monkey Island. That's the one I have. And Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, developed in a collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. Battle with old friends and new faces on familiar islands now under dangerous new leadership. Well, that sounds like Disney. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. This is actually a video game trial that I have, but now it's cool that I actually get to try the game proper. I'm excited. I actually want to see where the series goes, and I'm actually excited. Let's move on to the next clip. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Had to start with that, but that was the next game. And guys, I don't think that's worth acknowledging. Anyway, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed PS4, PS5 version is coming out. Yeah, totally gonna skip that because go watch the movies. Literally go watch the movies. There is probably one good Ghostbuster game. I just haven't seen it yet. But yeah, just go watch the movies. That's literally it. I don't know if this is just basically a movie-based game or just a Ghostbuster game in general. Just watch the cartoon or watch the movie. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm sorry if I couldn't use a Ghostbuster kind of related game. I had one that is on PlayStation Plus Extra Preminum, but I can't play it because I need a PSVR 2, and no, I'm not going to do that just to kind of show, hey, this is the game that's coming on PSVR 2. I just, no. Well, anyway, now starting the timer, this is actually, and I couldn't find any game that was just like fire-based besides, well, I guess literally fighting in hell with Hades. I figured, hey, pick a cool game to emphasize a lane game. That's kind of interesting, right? Anyway, start the timer. So the next game is Firefighting Simulator, the Squad, PS4, PS5. Okay, become part of a major U.S. city's firefighting team and experience how it feels to fight fires. Discover over 40 diverse deployment locations spread across the city, inspired by North American West Coast. No, I pretty much commend firefighters for doing a very dangerous job and just saving lives and all that. Yeah, absolutely. But in terms of the game, no, absolutely not. I'm not playing that. I'm sorry, that's just not a video game experience to me, and I'm checked out. Anyway, let's move on to the next clip. Oh, I felt like this was a fitting game. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so next game is on PS5, it's Overpass 2. Identify the best routes and balance of power, speed, and precision to overcome obstacles at the controls of a UTV, ATV, or rock bouncer in both solo and multiplayer modes. Your talent and choice of techniques will make the difference. Let's race. Oh, sorry. Man, that voice is hard to do. I'm getting older now. I'm gonna pass. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely can't do the voice anymore. I'm getting older. Well, anyway, I'm gonna pass on Overpass. It's another racing game that it's not selling me. Besides Dirt 4, if I want a racing game to play, I'll just play the Dirt series or some other game. Anyway, let's race on to the next clip. All right, this one's pretty easy, and I know I'm gonna skip, and very short. Tour de France, or Tour de, whatever. 2023, PS4, PS5. Play the mountain or flat stages, or experience the intensity of the grand... Is it supposed to be a buckle? Well, whatever. Pedal alongside the best cyclist. Okay, test your endurance and show your panache to try upon the Champs Elise in the official game of the Tour de France 2023. Pass. If I want a bike or a cyclist game, I'll play Descenders or Riders Republic or any other interesting games. I'm sorry, Tour de France, that sounds so boring. Anyway, let's move on. Seriously, how much money does Ubisoft have just to be able to have their games re-release? I mean, this is like the third or maybe fourth plus game that has been re-released on PlayStation Plus. Anyway, I mean, the game that's being re-released is not bad. I actually wanted to continue that. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands is coming back to PS4. Again, create a team with up to 3 friends in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Enjoy the ultimate military shooter experience set in a massive, dangerous, and responsive open world. I actually enjoyed that one. For the 2 hours I have, yeah, I actually enjoyed that one. So I'm glad that I don't have to buy it, and I'm glad I actually get to come back to it. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know why they took it away, and I don't know how much money Ubisoft has just to get their games reinstated. What the heck? I mean, this game is kind of dealing with time, well, not time travel, a little bit with clocks. I figure it was the best game to use. Kind of. Wait. We're on officially the PlayStation Plus Premium games now, specifically. Alright, so the last Clockwinder, coming out on PSVR 2. Sorry, PlayStation, you're not really selling us on PSVR 2. You have barely any games on there. Anyway, clone your actions in endless repeating loops to build assembly lines and contraptions. Tongue-tied. Harvest resources, grow plants, and restore life to an ancient tree in this award-winning VR game. I don't, I don't doubt that, but I had to check the trailer out. I'm gonna hold this in the back burner, but you never know. If I ever have other games I'm already completed with, and I have no games to play, I'll probably check it out. But otherwise, nope. Well, hell yeah. No, not hell yeah to Days Gone. Hell yeah to Dino Crisis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I really heard solid things about that. This game needs no introduction. People have been asking for Dino Crisis. Even I wanted to try it out. Now I get to. Sweet. The first one too. 3 years ago, a scientist researching a new source of clean energy known as third energy died during an experiment. Now, alarming reports arrive from an agent dispatched to a small country in the South Seas. And that's all I'm going to leave you guys with. If you played Dino Crisis back in the day, you freaking loved it, and you've been asking PlayStation for Dino Crisis Remake for ages. Now I get to see what the hype is about. I'm like, alright, people have been talking about Dino Crisis like freaking non-stop. And I think that's welcome news, as my friend says, but I think that's a pretty much a solid game to add to PlayStation Plus Premium. I'm ready for it. Hey, so the Siren is coming out. Is this Siren PS4 is leaving? That's what I don't get. I mean, it's already here. Well, anyway, Siren PS4, PS5, even though there's a PS4 version already, is coming out. Experience Siren, originally released on PS2, now enhanced with up-rendering, rewind, quick save, and custom video filters. Midnight, a siren calls and a sea of red water mysteriously surrounds the mountain village of Hanada. I hope I pronounced that right, but sorry. I played Siren, and if you like old school Japanese horror like this, yeah, this will be your cup of tea. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Well, anyway, perfect time to come in Halloween, I guess. But, yeah, coming on PS4, PS5, apparently. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. We're on the last PlayStation Plus Premium game. R-Type Dimensions X, coming on PS4 version. The Coin Op Classics, R-Type and R2 are together on PS4. Really? Okay, cool. Fight through all 14 final infested stages in the retro 2D graphics or shiny 3D graphics. Oh, okay, that's cool. And swap back and forth with the touch of a button on the fly. The new 3D graphics are accompanied by fully reimagined arrangements of the timeless R-Type music tracks. Okay, cool. Not gonna lie, I kind of like old school stuff like this, so I'm interested. I'm going to actually take a look at this one. And the fact that we can kind of switch between 2D or 3D, and this is kind of like a shoot 'em up that maybe harkens back to those retro shoot 'em ups. Yeah, you got me interested on this one. Cool. Well, anyway, I already stopped the timer because this is kind of the last clip, and I figure, hey, why not? End it with this. So what do I think about it compared to the PlayStation Plus Extra Premium of September? It's definitely a step in the right direction. I think the biggest W is definitely Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis, Dead Island 2, I think those are the biggest wins. I don't understand why they keep re-releasing PlayStation or Ubisoft games. I feel like just because Ubisoft Plus is included with PlayStation Plus Premium, I don't think we should lose the Ubisoft games in the first place, because they're going to be on Ubisoft Classics anyway, so... Or is it Ubisoft Plus? And plus, isn't Ubisoft in hot water these days because Star Wars Outlaws was not great? I need to try it out before I can make a verdict on that, but I know it's not great, because I've seen reviews of it from actual gamers who said it was not great. They say it wasn't bad, it just wasn't great. So, yeah, Ubisoft is in hot water, but I don't think that's worth acknowledging. I think we have seen how they've been. Just look at the Assassin's Creed series. Look at how it is now. It is all over the place, but that's been nothing new for Ubisoft. And Ubisoft is kind of like PlayStation 2. They have solid IPs like Rayman, Prince of Persia, and some very specific titles. But guess what? They hate money. They just don't want to use those IPs. The ones that we don't really care about Assassin's Creed when we don't want another Assassin's Creed game and we just want a sequel to Rayman? Come on, Ubisoft, what the hell? Yeah, then I don't get why they just are allergic to money or just I don't get it. I really don't get it. But in terms of focusing strictly on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium, yeah, step in the right direction. I'm glad that everyone's going to be able to grease. Why am I saying grease? Grease. I don't know why. Wait. I feel like that's a major accomplishment. Having the Dark Pictures Anthology, that next game, is also a big accomplishment too. It's a step in the right direction. And if they really want to end the year very well, like for November and December, put God of War Ragnarok. I think it's been long enough. Or heck, even put Elden Ring. They won't put Shadows of Erdtree because it came out this year. But as a guy who's been playing PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games since they first came out, if I had to throw a suggestion, yeah, put first-party titles strictly. And definitely, for the PlayStation Plus Premium, that's a step in the right direction, and you need to keep that consistently. Definitely freaking add Dino Crisis 2. Put games like that. Games that, I mean, come on, PlayStation. We wanted Astrobot. We want single player. That is literally what you started with. But guys, this has been something that we all have been asking for a good while. This year, specifically. And even before. I mean, we have to now accept that they're not going to give us They're not going to give us Bloodborne Remaster. I don't know what PlayStation. I don't know why they hate From Software, or they just have a hate boner for them or something. I don't know. I really don't get it. There is money. They have IPs like Ubisoft. They have IPs they can utilize and get pretty much their player fan base back because they are losing their player fan base by not utilizing the IPs. That is just money for the taking. Out of touch is kind of like what I'm seeing in videos consistently. PlayStation is out of touch with the consumer. Yes, they are. PlayStation is just basically trying to apply to the modern audience. Yes, they are. But really, the fundamental thing you guys need to know is PlayStation just really doesn't like the players or something. I don't know. I think they just they really don't like their consumers. But I think it's been in the making. I don't think PlayStation hated their consumer maybe at the beginning. I think it's just because now it's just been new. I wouldn't say suits. I think it's just new ideologies. I think it's new ideologies, new people who just really just doesn't understand what video games are about. Fun! And that is it. Alright, so now we can actually move on. How many minutes was that? Alright, yeah, 5 minutes, but hey guys, you already know I do meta commentary. You know I do kind of like, hey, how's the video game industry? I don't think it's dead. Even though I've been pretty negative this year, and I know I've been negative this year, I don't think it's dead. I think we still have some solid games still coming out this year. Have you seen October? It's stacked with freaking games. I'm not that out of touch. I mean, come on. And you know what? I think it's worth acknowledging because it's been a lot of games this October. All the lack of games that I was like, we don't have a lot of games coming out this year. I just noticed that. Yeah, October kind of fixed that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about games that were released. Yeah, I think it's worth acknowledging because it's been a very distinctive lack of games earlier this year, and they're pretty much catching up. I think we had some horrible games, Concord. And yeah, I think we had some horrible games this year. I think we had some horrible live service games, but we had some good, solid games. And I want to do this too. Maybe late November, I want to kind of address the games that I've seen that just did extremely well, and I'm just like, all right. So, first one, and I think this is the developer who did Dingarappa? Sorry for if I mispronounced that for any Dingarappa. Master Detectives Archives Rain Code Plus. That was on October 1st. Throne and Liberty. Heard. I just kind of looked it up, that game. It doesn't look interesting. I know it's free to play. What is it these days? Kill Die. Interested. No, I am actually interested. When I first saw the trailer, it looks pretty badass. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's already out, so yeah, okay. Yeah, skipping ahead. Till Dawn, the remake, October 4th. Obviously, people shat on the game because it was a game that didn't really need a remake, just like Horizon Zero Dawn. Ah, that's of it, you know. But people were interested, and I know why. Yeah, Diablo 4 Vessels of Hatred, the DLC came out. People really didn't like it. I guess people really hate Blizzard. I'll still play it. Yeah, I haven't even played Diablo 4. Yeah, maybe that'll come on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. PlayStation, or at least may put Diablo the Prime Evil Collection so I can start with 2 and then go all the way to 4. Maybe you could do that. I don't know what. Come on, PlayStation, you have like billions of dollars, so you could probably pay Blizzard to put it on PlayStation Plus Extra for you. Silent Hill 2. All the people who were shitting on this game, now they kind of backtracking like, oh my gosh, Bloober Team knows what they're doing. Yeah, Bloober Team knew what they're doing. I know they didn't have perfect games, but they knew what they were doing. I gave the Medium 9 out of 10 because I enjoyed the crap out of Medium. I was one of the very rare few who enjoyed the Medium, and I don't care if anybody didn't like that game. I enjoyed it. I know what the flaw is. I had one flaw with it, and it was minor. But I knew they knew what they were doing with Silent Hill 2, but I knew it wasn't going to be like an easy road. I knew it was going to be tough, and they're going to have to kind of like detract the haters. And that's completely understandable. I think they have to earn people because Bloomer Team just didn't have like consistently good games. But I'm glad. Bloomer Team is getting all the success from Silent Hill 2, and now this gives us kind of hope that we'll get a Silent Hill 1 remake or 3 remake. The good ones, the Japanese horror one, not the American ones. But yeah, I think they deserve all the success for that. So I'm happy for them. I'm extremely happy for them. Anyway, yeah, Metaphor Repentizio. That released 2 days ago. Oh yes, I'm happy about that because I'm seeing the reviews. Oh, I'm so glad it's getting all the acclaim on that. I gave it a 10 out of 10 just for the demo, so I had no doubt it was gonna do well. And people thought so too. Sweetness. I'm happy for it. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That also came out October 11th. It will basically make all Dragon Ball fans happy, including myself, but I'll wait for Extra and Premium for it to come out. I'm not interested because I already have a game. It's called Dragon Ball FighterZ Z. I know it's years now, but I still enjoyed the hell of that game. Anyway, let's see. Neva. That's coming out October 15th. And yes, I know this is going to go over the time of basically what I'm talking about, but October was stacked, so, and plus, it's my channel, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about the titles that I'm interested in. Alright, Super Mario Party Jamboree was coming out in Switch, and, oh my gosh, in 4 days, in whatever time zone you're in. I already played Mario Party since the first one. If I had a Switch, no, I skip it. I just played the very first Mario Party. Once you play one, you play them all. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Unleashed. I already have the perfect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's called Shredder's Revenge. And that's enough for me. Okay, there's the Unknown 9 Awakening. I know they have a music video. I really don't care. It just, I don't know. Let's give it time. Let's see how it does. Just don't care. I'm really hoping Neva does well, because I've been loving what I've seen, and after Grease, yeah, very much excited for that one. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, that comes out. Oh my gosh, that comes out. We're on the 6th one now. But after playing the beta, oh yeah, solid game. Curious on how the single player campaign and the zombie mode. It looks like Call of Duty is actually making an actually good game again. It's been years. It feels like it. Gosh, it feels like a while. To me, at least. Well, anyway, that's coming out 25th. Yeah, Sonic X Shadow Generation. I like that Shadow's included with it. And I like that Keanu Reeves is there to promote that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that's coming out in November. How about that? Yeah. Well, anyway, also coming out 25th. Vice X Nordics. Nobody really talks about Vice, but I play pretty much 7 and 8. Wait, is that 8 I played? Or is that 9? May I play 8? It's Lacrimosa of Dana. So guys, whoever's a Vice fan, I'm sorry. And I can't autocorrect, so sue me. But yeah, Lacrimosa of Dana and that Monstrum Nox. Yeah, I enjoyed those. Those are solid JRPGs. Well, that's sweet. Anyway, that's going on the 25th. And I'm looking forward to that one. I'm actually looking forward to that one because I'm kind of a Vice fan. It's kind of like a different JRPG. Okay. Oh yeah, Clock Tower Rewind. I don't think that's like worth acknowledging, but it is a remake of that like horror games when they tried, so that's the 29th. Life is Strange Double Exposure. I know people might say it's woke, go broke. That meme these days. That's a theme. That's a meme of this year, or was that a meme like last year? Who knows? Well, anyway, that's 29. Uh, I haven't actually hated the Life is Strange series. I actually enjoyed them for what it is, so I'm glad that we're getting the sequel with Max Caulfield. Apparently. I don't know why, but here we are. Dragon Age, the Veilguard. I didn't want to acknowledge it, but it kind of had to acknowledge it because it's coming out on Halloween. Yeah, BioWare needs to try in this one. They need a win. After Anthem, yeah, we all remember Anthem. They need a win. And I kind of want them to win, too. I really do. Because after the Mass Effect trilogy and Dragon Age, pretty much specifically Origins and Inquisition, they need a win. Desperately. They really do. Because I want them to come back. Redacted, I remember I saw clips of it, and it wasn't, like, interesting to me, but, you know, I probably will give that a try. We need to see how it looks. Hope it does well, too. I'm kind of banking on that. Shadows of the Dam, also come out Halloween, perfect time. Yeah, I played the first one, or I played the original copy, because I own it. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That one's pretty cool. And the rest of the games, no one gives a shit. Anyway. But like I said, even though we had very low supply of video games and no one really it just wasn't a whole lot of games because it just doesn't feel like there was a lot of games because Sony is holding their cards. They're like, oh, we don't have enough IPs. And we're like, bullshit, you do. You just don't, you refuse to. And Xbox is kind of moving to, actually, I did see something about Xbox. Yeah, I felt like talking this time around, so that's why I'm kind of like prattling on. But yeah, apparently, what is Xbox doing? Oh yeah, Microsoft is gonna let people buy and play Xbox games directly in their Xbox app on Android. Yeah, apparently Xbox, specifically I guess Microsoft, is gonna now do things that we can play on our app now, which, that sounds interesting, and I had to see the execution, so I can't assume anything. But yeah, PlayStation literally has no competition. Yes, there's the Nintendo game, but they're kind of doing their own thing. They're not really competition because they're already successful on their own. They don't really need to be competition. I mean, PlayStation doesn't have competition in terms of graphics or just having like a live service. Really, it's the graphic department and the live service game. Xbox is kind of not doing their thing. They're all that kind of competition between PlayStation and Xbox, it's no longer there. You guys can see that. I mean, it's obvious. Because, let's face it, Xbox doesn't have any Xbox exclusive games. I really don't care about exclusive game. I just want to make sure there are games coming for the console. And if a game is multi-platform, which it is common these days, I'm all for it. But if a game is trying to be exclusive, yeah, you better make sure it's exclusive because PlayStation 5 does not have a lot of exclusive games. PlayStation 4 had tons of exclusive games. And you guys know it. And even Xbox had exclusive games, but now we don't really have exclusive games for Xbox these days. Not so much. At least with Nintendo, we have exclusive games because you know why? because they're using their IPs. I didn't mean to prattle on, but I mean, I've been reading a lot of articles and being keeping up with gaming news, so of course I'm aware that Ubisoft is shitting the bed. I'm aware that Sony literally was saved by Astrobot, and then pretty much have a $700 console that they're trying to justify for games that we played years ago. That hey, if you pause and just stare at the screen, you'll notice that minute detail. I'm like, oh, okay. But it looks good in the original one. But it's $700 that you want to pay to see that extra detail. I was like, Mark Sardi, you're not convincing us. I mean, why do I have to pause the game? Should I see that in motion? But I'm gonna sell you with the big three. I was like, dude, you're not selling us with the big three. You're just kind of convincing us to stick with the original console or wait until the PlayStation 6 because, oh gosh, PlayStation has no competition. You know why PlayStation is acting like this? Because they have no competition. Everyone's saying that. It's not just me saying that. PlayStation has no competition, and so as a result, they won't try, and they won't produce games, and they won't try to compete with other... I bet if PC was... And PC is just doing its own thing, which is completely okay. Because, you know the saying, PC is the master race. Anyway. Yeah, there's just... If PlayStation doesn't have competition, they're just going to charge more for their consoles going forward. Or they're just going to not give us any games. Any games that they give us is just going to be multi-platform anyway, or not going to be exclusive games. That's kind of the gist of it. Anyway, I prattle on too much, so I suppose let's actually just move on. And of course, you can leave that like, comment, or subscribe. What do you think about the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games that are coming, well, I guess in a few days? Alright, well, I guess I can start with the walkthrough on the next clip.